You know, my spiritual journey has taken me to a place where I both totally give up in any traditional idea of God, and yet I believe in God. And God gave me a revelation of Jesus, and it was a really beautiful revelation. And then I had, 40 years of horrible illness and bad Christian experiences, and I've decided that all religion is demonic. And then a fun thought, I've now come to the conclusion that, I really wish my idea of God, or even the demonic illusion of God, depending on how you look at it, hadn't told me, hey, you don't need money or sex, you can just, die in a street corner. So now I'm a member of the George Costanza religion. Because I think that in the absence of Christ and in the absence of any real spiritual teachings, which there are Jewish spiritual teachings, but most people don't know them, the Jews, you get what I call the George Costanza religion, which is basically Jerry says to George, George says, God is after me. And Jerry says, but George, I thought you didn't believe in God. He says, I do, but only for the bad things. I do, but only for the bad things. I had a negative form of faith where I was trying to defend against God, said, I'm going to make you sick and there's nothing you can do about it, and I'm going to ruin your life. And it happened. You don't need money. You don't need sex. Just be sick. Well, money would have helped me to take care of myself. And sex possibly leads to love, and if not, it's really fun and it's an important part of life. So this really sucks. And in the meantime, I write stupid jokes. And I say, gee, they say in the Bible, you can either follow Mammon or God. But Mammon's retirement policy is a lot better. Because when I follow Jesus, I sit in my truck and I scream for God to kill me. Whereas when I follow Mammon, I lay around the beach in Thailand and wait for the drinks to come. I just don't know if that joke gets better with time. I've been yelling, hey, I know you all want me to die, but if you want me to not be here and you want to sit around in this parking lot and text and schmext and Uber and Poober, do you mind if I go live at your house? It's a win-win situation. That's what they taught me in negotiation school. I'm going to bury myself in the ground like kimchi and wait to rot. And so, on the one hand, I still believe in a Christ of love, but a Christ of love sort of is more like the Tao, the universal spirit. They say if you see the Buddha on the road, kill him. But yet, if you see Jesus on the road, all of a sudden you're supposed to bow down. Well, how can that be? How can he just be a lesser version of the egotistical, vindictive God of the Old Testament? And so I write shtick, and I say, it must have been a bummer to be a 30-year-old man living in your mom's house, never had a girlfriend. You go to a wedding, and your mom comes to you, and she's like, you know what, Jesus, the Feinsteins have run out of wine. Do that thing where you make the wine. You know what, Mom? I'm the Messiah. This is a very, very serious calling. I'm not a magician. I'm not doing like party tricks. This isn't like a show. You know what, Jesus? The Feinsteins were nice enough to invite us to their wedding, and as long as you're living under my roof, okay, you're going to go over there, you're going to make some wine, and I'm talking about the good stuff, okay? No Ernest and Julio Gallo, okay? You know what I'm saying? You know what, Mom? I really, could you please not do this? Could we just not do this now, Mom? Please. Jesus, go over there and turn the water into wine and be a nice boy about it. Mom, I'm Jesus, I know all about your calling, that's for later. Okay, go over there and make some wine. And I say, he was poor. He was a poor hippie who wandered around in like a tunic and sandals, right? He was wearing like a toga and Jesus is always portrayed as a poor, wandering hippie. They had to just, drink the water and pretend it was wine. And Peter would be like, Jesus, did you turn this into wine? Peter, Jesus, it tastes like water. Peter, I don't mean to be annoying, but can we get some real wine? You know what, Peter, do you want to be the Messiah? No, sorry. Do you want to get up on that cross? Are you sure you don't want to get up on the cross? No. Well, then shut up and drink your wine. Okay. I don't know, somehow, I did this once, I didn't post it, I think I'll do it twice, I'm going to top it. It's just, I take the universal spirit of love I see as Christ very seriously. I take the reality of God very seriously, which is why I don't see that most Christians somehow are playing this game where they're like, we're more chosen than the Jews. By a dick. By a real dick. By a guy who says, I'm going to send the Egyptians and the Babylonians and the Hittites and the Perizzites and Jebusites and the Nebuchadnezzarites, and they're going to smash your little infants into rocks. Why? Because I need attention. I'm a jealous, vindictive God, And when you worship other gods, I get jealous. That's idiotic. How can we expect people to not be sinners when God's a sinner? God sinned against me with this illness, but what I'm getting from this is there's 3 words attributed to Christ. Messiah, Lord, and Savior. He is the Messiah. He brings the love of heaven, and then it deconstructs this whole world because this world is built on demonic bullshit. Lord and Savior, he's not. He didn't save me. He's not Lord. I begged him to explain to me how to do this. He said, it'll work out. Meaning you're going to lose 40 years of your life. Tough shit. Hey, it's a martial maneuver. It's a death march. It's a military maneuver. You're on a kamikaze mission to the center of the universe, the universal mind, the universe of America. You're on a mission to the dark heart of America, like Apocalypse Now, only with, like, basically, the job was to destroy that energy structure and create a new one. Well, we're halfway there, but my life is more than half over, and I'm fucking losing. I need to win and stop doing. Free your mind, the rest will follow. Be colorblind, don't be so shallow. Boom, boom, boom. Pa! I had a nice chat with the deer tonight. She's so cute. She licks my hand after she eats, and while she's eating, she literally let me hold her head for, like, even afterwards, for like 2 minutes. She's like licking my hand like, I love you, and I'm like,